Russia, the whale of whales. Rainbow everything, buying all the sales. In Dokkan battle, I reign supreme. 10K stones, it's not a dream.
What's going on, guys? Brother Russia here, back with another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. And today we are taking a look at the Rainbow Link Level 10 Carnival LR Super Saiyan Teen Gohan. So of course, you know, we have him all rainbowed out. We've got him fully Link Level 10. And this is the build that I kind of went with. I went with a more crit based build with additional kind of being right behind, mainly because of his standby mechanic where he can do the family Kamehameha. And we wanted to put as much crit as we could on here because when we launch that final Kamehameha, we want to make sure that it does the most damage that it can. So this is kind of like the build that I went with. Also, I did the memorable battles. These are Gohan specific orbs here. The videos for those will probably come out after this video. So if you guys are seeing this and then seeing that afterwards, you'll understand why it's kind of like flip-flop like that. But I wanted to get the rainbow video out for you guys just so you guys can see how he is with his own special equips on there. So we're going to hop into the movie boss rush stage. This is kind of like the team that I'm going to go with. Essentially, we're going to have support from the new physical trio. We're going to get a little bit of support from Bulma. We'll get support from the AGL Gohan. And then obviously we have Gogeta there for Rainbow Orb changing, and we have the Super Saiyan Goku for Rainbow Orb changing as well. Now, the only one I'm really going to be worried about, I guess, throughout this entire thing is going to be the Super Saiyan Goku. But we'll kind of use him as like a floater just to show up, change a couple orbs, and then be on his merry way, essentially. So, of course, you know, round one, well, of course we get Gohan in slot 7, you know, why wouldn't we? But I guess this is kind of like a good time. We can kind of talk about him a little bit. Obviously, I've done a 55% showcase for him. He actually performed pretty well in that showcase as well. I am curious to see how good he's going to be actually as a full Link Level 10 Rainbow unit now. But he is a Carnival unit, so that means he does have a 200% leader skill. And that is for Kamehameha, which is honestly one of the bigger categories that we have. And it is actually a pretty strong category as well. So it is good that we finally have a good leader for it, considering the only one that we've really had was the AGL Gohan that came out like 4 years ago. So it is about time that we finally did get a new Kamehameha leader and a 200%. That makes it even better. But the way that this Gohan actually is, in his passive, he starts out with 200% attack and defense and 5 ki, which is actually really good. The fact that they do give him a good amount of ki to kind of start out with, even though, you know, he is an obvious Super Saiyan unit. So he's just going to have pretty good stats overall, or like links overall regardless. Now, he gets an additional 2 ki and 40% attack and 30% defense, which do stack up to 200% attack and an additional 150% defense. So after and it does that with each attack performed. So it doesn't have to be 5 super attacks. It just has to be 5 attacks. So once you do 5 attacks, you do fully build up and you get an additional 2 ki, an additional 200% attack, and an additional 150% defense on top of the 200% that he's already getting just raw stats to begin with. Then he gets an additional 77% attack within the same turn with each super attack performed. So if he's got additionals on there and he does super, he gets an extra 77% attack on top of those. Now, he does launch an additional attack with a great chance to become a super when ki is 18 or more. So obviously we want to try to keep him at that, you know, 24 ki if we can. And when he is at 24 ki, he gets an additional 58% attack launches an additional super attack, and if HP is 77% or more, attacks are effective against all types. So he's got kind of like utility built into him to be able to do additionals, effective against all types, and to get more attack. So you do want to keep him at that like 24 key. And then when there's another Kamehameha or an Earth Red Fighter category ally attack in the same turn, gets an additional 2 key, guards all attacks, and if HP is 77% or less when he receives an attack, he gets a high chance of evading. So he's got pretty good utility in here. The main thing he's really missing is crit. So that's why we went with a mostly crit build. Now, we do have 6 out of 7 links active right here. They are at, or he is at 356k defense, which will actually build up once we do 5 attacks. So we'll make sure that we get 24 keys, so we will get a guaranteed additional. We'll get Gogeta his 1 rainbow orb so he can do his additional. We are getting support from the Super Saiyan trio. Once they do their 18 key, that supports their whole rotation. Plus they're giving their support from their passive. So I mean, we got a lot of, we'll always have support for this Gohan. Now the only thing I'm worried about is how much damage this team actually does. Like, we might not be able to build up Gohan for a while, because I feel like he's gonna hit pretty hard. Well, you know what? I feel like the Super Saiyan trio here is gonna do more damage than anything. Like, are we even gonna get a chance to build up here? All right, so what do we start now with? 13.3 mil. Okay, so starting out 13. We do build up with every attack. So okay, we don't get to 77 here. Okay, so we jump up to 17.3. And then we still need to do 2 more attacks to get him fully built up. So we'll have to wait until we come back the next time before we can do all that. Let's do... We'll just give you guys this. That should be fine. Yeah, I feel like the rotation should be fine like this. Now, next turn, we will actually have the AGL Super Saiyan Gohan on rotation as well. So we are going to be getting an extra 40% buff from that Gohan because he is a movie hero support unit, or I'm sorry, he's a super class support unit. And if everyone in the rotation is also super class, gives an extra 10%. So we are going to have a nice 40% buff there. So of course we're gonna see what kind of a nice attack stat we'll have next turn. And we did bring Bulma essentially just for support here, because she does fit on the leader skill of Power of Wishes. So it is pretty cool to have. I don't want to say like revitalize Bulma, because she was not a unit that really like fell off. Like, she's always been pretty good. Okay, so we don't want to use his active skill or his standby just yet, because we do want to finish getting him all built up, and then we really want to unleash it when we get closer to the final stage. So we're, oh my god, we're at 942k defense already. Okay, so we are going to get obviously support from this super here. Now Gohan is given an extra 40% support to these guys as well. And I should have checked. I think we have all in the family active too. Man, I probably should have put Gohan first. Yeah, I probably should have put Gohan first. I feel like these guys might do too much damage. We're not going to get Gohan built up. This is the problem with these new, like the new units, is we just don't have the content for us to be able to like use them there. So we're 28.6 mil. We still have to do 1 more attack with him to fully build him up, and we can't even get to that. So we're gonna have to try again after this one. Ooh, I don't like that. I don't like that Goku being there. Okay, so here's what we're gonna pop a sensu so we can get rid of all of the stuff on them. There we go. Okay, so we'll do it like this. Yeah, I definitely did not want Goku in that last slot to take all those hits there. And we'll save Gogeta for next turn to transform him. Because then we can actually get like, we can pop the active skill after we get the standby going. Yeah, this trio is actually pretty ridiculous, to be honest. Like the way that they support the entire team and everything like that, they do, it's crazy. Like they actually made a very good worldwide celebration unit, and they made an even better one in the Gohan. Now the Tech Broly, I think he's very good. And I haven't done my Rainbow Showcase for the Int Broly yet, so I still have to test him out and see what my thoughts are going to be on him. But once we do that, obviously we will, you know, we'll do a video on him. We'll get my full thoughts for that unit. Now, once we actually activate the standby for Gohan, he stands by for 5 turns. So we'll have the 7 Dragon Balls that appear. That's the new mechanic that came with this Gohan. His charge count increases by 1 per key sphere obtained, and an additional 4 per Dragon Ball obtained. So obviously if we get all 4 or all 7 Dragon Balls, we will have 28 charge count right from there. Now we want to make sure that we get all 7 Dragon Balls and be over 35 charge count, which we should be able to do pretty easily. Okay, so Gohan, so the trio's stuck, so we're not doing anything with them. Okay, so yeah, so I think it's because we had all in the family. That's why Gohan's defense was a little bit higher. But yeah, it gets an extra 20% defense right there. So we're gonna go ahead and do this. Gonna go ahead and do this, and we'll have Bulma give us a little bit of support right here, because Gohan does need to get his final attack in to be fully built up. Okay, so what are we at? 28.4 mil. Now we are at 24 keys, so we will get a guaranteed additional super. Okay, 25.2. So I mean, he's hitting for pretty good attack stats. Now obviously it could be higher if we didn't have the trio locked. Okay, so we got a whole bunch of orb changing and everything going on over here. Let's do this. Actually, we'll leave Gohan there. We'll give you all of that. Give you that and do that. Now, once we get, so we'll do the standby next turn, and we'll try to get as many orbs as we can for when Gohan actually does return. So that way, hopefully, we're fighting Broly at that point. Then we can just launch the active skill, or the finish skill, I guess, and see how much damage we can do. Hopefully, we can just one-shot that Broly. It will be pretty interesting to see if we can do that or not. Hell, we might one-turn Janemba, to be honest with you, because this trio is just disgustingly good. I don't even know if we're going to get a chance to build up the standby. Watch, we're going to finish here somewhere, and then Gohan's going to get me killed. Though I don't think he should, because, you know, I'm pretty sure I got my Gohan built with dodge. He's got a high chance, or I think it's a high chance to dodge. So I think he should be pretty okay. Plus, he already supered, so I don't think we have to worry about that. Then again, I don't know. Gohan could take a hit. There's 1 dodge, 2 dodge, 3 dodge. Okay, we're good. Okay, so we'll go ahead and pop the active. So we'll go into his standby. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, all the Dragon Balls are here. Okay, so how many of these can we get? Oh my god, we can get 3 right off the get-go. So we'll go ahead and grab those. Jeez, I could like look at it. It like you couldn't have wrote this any better. I'm going to go ahead and pop you. And we'll just go ahead and grab this so we have all 7 Dragon Balls already. Just literally one turn and we got them all. Now, obviously, we will have one more turn that we got to survive. And then we can just launch the gigantic attack. And then, so once Gohan is in this defensive state, aka his standby, he can't attack except when he does the finish effect. He gets 77% attack per superclass ally attacking in the same turn. And if all allies attacking in the same turn are superclass, he also gets 77% damage reduction. Insanity, right? Now, on top of that, he gets 50% defense when receiving an attack per key sphere obtained, guards all attacks, and gets an additional 258% attack when the finish effect is active. So, needless to say, it's pretty busted. Now, we're gonna have to do, we're probably gonna do a little bit of damage here. Bulma, I'd be a little worried here. I'm just gonna do this just to be on the safe side. We're just gonna get her active here because we're probably not gonna have another turn anyway, so I may as well just give the support here and ensure that she's gonna be safe. And plus, that is another 23 key that we had got as well. So, we'll easily take that. But yeah, so once we do that final, the final attack, we should have all 7 links active. So we'll be able to see like a full, basically like a fully built up Gohan. So it'll be interesting to see if we can actually one-shot Broly. Which I would love to see like the 99999 all the way across. The only thing I'm just hoping for is this Goku does not get supered by this Broly. Okay, we're okay then. Yep, this is perfect. So we'll just let this turn play out real quick. And then we can... Oh my god. Bulma with the dodge? We love that. Alright, so we're at 90 charge count right here. We do have... actually, let me see. Yeah, so if we do this, it doesn't really matter. We can just get more charge count this way. So go ahead and... really just want to like grab this, but the way that they're gonna fall, it's gonna be stupid. Yeah, so we can get 9 here or 7 here, so we'll grab this. We're at 102 charge count. Now, the defense stats and stuff here don't really matter as much because we have support from AGL Gohan, we have support from the Saiyan Trio, and we have 102 orbs right here. So we're gonna go ahead and pop. We're gonna go ahead and pop this and see if we can get that nice 9999999 all the way across the board. Here we go. right, we were actually really close there. We were actually very, very close to doing that finisher right there. Also, we end up with a 1.04 million defense by the end of this. Unfortunately, by the end of this, Gohan would not even get a chance to attack. So I feel like we need stages that are going to be a little bit more difficult, because we can't really test these units out here because the rest of the team is just way too good. Like, we actually need a little bit more difficult events that are a little bit longer than like this boss rush to really test this unit out in. But needless to say, I mean, Gohan is pretty crazy. You get a whole bunch of support around him. Hell, he doesn't even really need the support. I just brought the support just to have a little bit of extra fun. I mean, look at it. We brought a world tournament Gohan that got awakening or his Easy A, what, like 3 world tournaments ago? And he managed to survive the entire way. He didn't even get touched this entire time. Hell, this Goku's not even that good defensively, was good defensively because of these guys being around. And then all of that was just to show off how good this Gohan is. So needless to say, I mean, Gohan is definitely a unit that I'm going to test him out a little bit more in some other content and stuff like that and see how well he performs over there as well. Maybe run him on like his own team and everything like that. And just, you know, see the differences between his team and the other teams that he's on. Because obviously he's on a lot of really good teams. Hybrid Saiyans, it's massive buff for them. Majin Buu Saga, Full Power, Movie Heroes, Goku Family. I mean, you name it, like all of these teams just got a massive buff because of him being on here. Hell, Defenders of Justice, you can run the Tech Ultimate Gohan and AGL Ultimate Gohan with this Gohan. I mean, there's just so many different teams that you can actually run this Gohan on and he actually be effective there. But there you guys go. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. I know it was a little bit of a shorter showcase, I guess, for like a rainbow unit, but I did want to test him out in a longer event like this just to make sure that we could get him fully built up for 1, and for 2 to make sure that we actually got his active skill in there, his standby in there. So it was nice to see that, you know, we were able to do that. Plus we got over 100 charge count. So it was pretty cool to see, you know, almost a 999 all the way across the board. But let me know what your guys' thoughts are on this Gohan. And if you guys enjoyed this video, hit that like button. And if you guys are new here, hit that subscribe as well. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye guys.
Brother Russia, the whale of whales, rainbow everything, buying all the sales. In Dokkan battle, I reign supreme. 10K stones, it's not a dream.